Hello everyone, this is the final episode in the Pepper Pruning Plant Comparison video series for the year. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you had fun following along. Make sure to watch this entire video, because at the end of it I'll have some commentary. I want to talk about a couple things, and I'll do that down in the lab in the room. But hey, let's get to it. Let's take a look at these peppers. Okay, first up we have the pepper plants. You know, Mr. Unpruned and Mr. Pruned. I guess they're female. Either way, plants are kind of both, right? So, anyway, carry on. They both grew pretty well. The pruned plant did grow taller. They both kind of bushed out about the same. The pruned plant did lose a stem. I think I went over that in a previous video. It lost this whole stem right here. It was just getting well, let's not get disgusting, but some bird or something had a really bad stomach ache and kind of decided to go on my plant, and it was spreading disease and it was wilting the leaves. And anyway, what I'm going to do here is, you can see that there are peppers still on the plant. I'm going to be taking these off and weighing them. If they're a tiny little pepper like this, I'm not going to bother. I'll eat them, but I'm not going to put them in the video. Both plant has about the same, so it's still a fair comparison. But say this one I'll count. Oop. And then there's the same on this plant. Like that one I'll count. A couple more in here I'll count. And then there will be little tiny ones I won't count. But they did really well this year. I'll talk more on this in a bit. Let's get to the pepper counts. Alright, before I post the or show the data of the conclusion of the pepper pruning plant comparison video, I want to go over the life cycle of these peppers for those that, you know, it's a quick summary for those who didn't watch the whole series, but I do recommend watching the whole series. It's quite interesting. These are the peppers. This is January 21st. The seeds were sown the 1st of January. In this image, you'll see my entire grow tent. The center are my boot jolokias. On the right are the large thick cayennes in the back. I have different peppers growing all over the place here, but you know, we're only interested in the large thick for this commentary. This is a March 13th. You'll notice they're all in red cups now. They're actually ready to get up potted once again. You'll notice that there are different colored toothpicks. That indicates the different types of pepper plants. The blue toothpicks are for the large thick cayenne, yellow are for the Jimmy Nardellos, and if you could actually spot one, which I can't, the orange toothpicks are super chilies. And another image from March. This is the 26th. They are really ready to get up potted. I was kind of slow, but that's alright. Now we're in April. This is a few days after my first pruning video. You'll notice that the pruned plant is starting to send out new growing tips. This is about a week later. The pruned plant is really starting to take off. Lots of new growth. This is the same day, April 12th. Just a close-up of the new growth. I don't know, it's just a really nice shot. I like that picture. This is the end of April, April 29th. You'll notice that the pruned plant is bushing out. It's filling up, looking extremely healthy. The non-pruned plant is starting to flower. You can see there's several growing tips on that plant and lots of new green, light green growth. Now we're into May, the end of May, May 24th. Both plants are in the ground. You'll notice that the pruned plant has caught up to the unpruned plant as far as height goes. Perhaps a little taller, but it's a little lanky. But the non-pruned plant has slowed, but it's putting a lot of its energy into peppers that you see below. The pepper's actually almost mature at this point. It's got maybe 4 or 5 peppers on there already. That's it for this commentary, but I really said, if you're interested, please watch the whole series. It's quite interesting. Alright, we're almost at the results, I swear. The anticipation is killing, I know. But I wanted to show these slides. This is what happens when, well, I pruned these plants and, well, the peppers were taller than the pruned plant. So the peppers are drilling themselves into the ground. It's just something to be mindful of. The lesson here is be mindful of the pepper plants that you're pruning and the peppers that they have. These are 7 to 10 inch Nardello peppers, and well, the plant's not that tall, so the peppers are just hitting the ground. And I don't know about you, but a lot of bugs tend to get into your peppers at that point, so I kind of like my peppers hanging freely in the air. And this is just another image of something similar. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that before we got onto the main event. Alright, this is the slide everyone's been waiting for. This is a timeline of July, all the pods picked from each plant. I wanted to do a timeline instead of just a list because it really shows, the dynamics of the whole situation. The pods on the unpruned plant came on quickly and a little bit before the pruned plant, and then you can actually see right in this slide that the pruned plant, about 3 or 4 weeks after the unpruned plant developed pods, it was developing its own pods. This is July, and we'll switch over to August, and you'll see the pattern somewhat continues. Now, we had a really, really hot and dry winter, summer, and it killed these plants. It didn't kill them literally, but it really halted production. Usually when pepper plants get above 90 degrees, they slow down. They like heat, but they don't like that much heat. It got to the point where these plants are actually wilting daily, even with water. Now, a pepper plant will wilt. It's to conserve water, so I knew the plants weren't in danger of dying, but you really don't want your plant wilting every single day. And for 2 months straight, we had 85, 90, 95 degree days, no rain for weeks, and I have to hand water. So maybe these plants didn't develop a lot of pods, but environment takes its toll on these plants as well. This is August, and then we have September, right up till today, the 16th. It is what it is. But if you're paying attention, you'll know the totals already, but just in case, I made a totals page, and here it is. That is the information everyone is waiting for. I would say it's a statistical dead heat. About 35, or it was 35 and 37 pods, and the unpruned came in at 1 pound, was at 8 ounces, 0.6 ounces, and the other one came in 1 pound 10 ounces, 0.25 ounces. And it is what it is. I'd call that statistical dead heat. These plants, remember, were treated identically, as much as the foot apart they were. They had the same nutrients, the same water, the same light, everything. Would I prune again? Probably, I would. It all depends on, it really depends on your situation. I would not prune if I had seedlings that were less than 2 months old and it was my growing season and I had to get them in the ground. I probably wouldn't prune. I'd just let them grow and they won't get set back by the prune. Now, if I had started my pepper plants, say 4 months early, 5 months early, definitely prune. You'll get a little bit stronger of a plant and it'll actually catch up. It actually goes through an added growth spurt, it looks like. That can be seen in my videos that I took over the growing season. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please post them. I'm always happy to answer questions. My notifications is a little glitchy, so give me a day or so to respond, but I usually really try to respond to everyone's questions. thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. It was fun doing this entire series, and that's a big old truck driving by right now ruining my shot. Awesome.